In her book, Race, Empire, and English Language Teaching, Motha calls for a provincialized English, which recognizes the roles that race and empire play in the English language. Motha discusses many factors that could help create a provincialized ESL classroom. However, teachers may face some challenges in implementing them. Having to meet the language standards put forth by institutions would be one of the main problems teachers face, because students are tested on their ability to produce a standard variety of English. As Aline describes, this standard English is often associated with whiteness and is portrayed, at least in the general society, as being higher or better than other forms of English. It may be difficult for a teacher to uphold these standards without devaluing the Englishes already spoken by students in the classroom. One way of overcoming this is by using what Aline terms community-generated materials, in addition to the normal classroom materials, so that students' language use is reflected in the materials they're using. Another way to handle this would be to openly discuss it with students. Students could take a critical approach to the issue and discuss why they are asked to learn a standard variety of English and how it relates to the varieties they are already speaking. Another challenge would be changing the way that ESL is viewed within the school. Motha described the experiences of different teachers and the struggles their students had with otherization of ESL classes, such as the one student who made fun of his own accent and the ESL class that was not invited to participate in an ethnic day. According to Jackson, otherization is the objectification of another group, which can lead to reductionism. One of the goals of provincialized English is to reduce this otherization by eliminating the gap between mainstream and ESL students. However, this may be a difficult task for many teachers. The way many institutions handle ESL classes is by separating them completely from the rest of the school, which adds to their otherization rather than detracting from it. For a teacher to overcome this, they would need to gain the support of both the institution and the mainstream teachers to integrate the ESL program into the broader school community. Often, institutions resist or are slow to change, so this may be a frustrating task for many ESL teachers. One step teachers could take is creating a bridge class, such as the one Motha described, so that ESL students feel slightly less isolated in the school community. The biggest challenge I believe implementing provincialized English would pose for teachers is changing the type of schooling used by institutions. Motha discusses the need to replace the industrialized type of schooling currently used with one that is more critical and prepares students better to become active members of society. This would be a big change within the teaching institutions, which may be difficult for a single teacher to accomplish, but there are some ways that they can overcome it. Teachers could implement more critical aspects into their classroom and work to develop what Jackson terms global citizens. Discussing the implications of learning English, developing intercultural competence, and designing activities around current issues are some of the ways teachers can work to change industrialized schooling. These were just 3 examples of the many challenges in implementing provincialized English. However, despite the challenges, it is important that we work towards using Motha's provincialized English in order to address the problems of race and empire in the English language and the ways in which it is taught. It is imperative that teachers recognize these aspects of teaching English so that they do not perpetuate the issues that already exist.